Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ansh Tiwari and you're watching Little Bill. Today I'm going to be doing the analysis of the entire markets of India and also not the entire markets, some main companies and Nifty 50 Bank Nifty. And also I'll be analyzing the dollar index and what it can indicate. So let us start. So first let me share my screen. Share. Okay, so first we are at Nifty 50. Let me remove the CPR. Okay, we are here at Nifty 50. The first thing we can see is that the markets are right now at a point that something represents like a support. So first we will need to check if this is actually a support. So let me mark a line here for future trading. And as we can see, this is nearby this support, but we cannot confirm if the market is taking support on that level only or if it's taking support on this level. So next up, let us okay, so this is 5 minutes. Let me change the time frame to 15 minutes. Now I'll do this. Now, all right. Now let me search here. Okay. So now we will look at a 15-minute time frame. And in 15-minute time frame, you can see that the upper support here has also been taken as a support by the markets, but has been breached very easily over here and over here. So we will remove this line as it is not as important as 19,243. This line here, you can see, we can see that this is a very nice support. Also, we can see here, what is the time here? 25th of August at 10:30. If we zoom in at this point, we zoom in. Okay, so we can see that a doji has been formed over here in the center, in the near center part of this area. A doji represents the indecisiveness of the markets. So right now, let me tell you something. When the markets are falling down, the markets opened over here and the bears took the stock down till about 19,230 from the open, which is nearby 19,254. Now that is a big downfall. But then after that, the bulls, they took somehow controlled the bears and took the market upwards, from which the bears took control back. But if we look at the candle closely, then we can see, wait, let me erase that. Let me erase all of these drawings. Okay. Now we can see that the center of this candle is somewhere around here. The bulls managed to close this candle in the upper half of the area and also closed it as a doji, meaning they were somehow able to counter the bears, which represents that the market will go upwards. Now there are some circumstances which this doji does not follow. See, so we could not have actually traded in this doji, but still this doji, but just for your information, this doji represents bullishness. Now dojis can't just form anywhere in the middle, like there's a downtrend and then the doji forms, then we can't do much about it. We shouldn't actually, because the doji is mostly supposed to form at a support or a resistance. So that is about the doji candles. Now let me look at the markets for a little longer term. You can say about for 1 day. Let us actually do this layout. Let us do about 3 over here. 1 day. This is 1 day. Now we will do it to 15 minutes here. Here we will do it to about 30 minutes. Because we are now looking at a long-term portion for this. So let me go here. All right. So now we can see that here the markets did do a gap down. So if we look closely, the markets gave a gap down, but then the bulls somehow managed to take control of the stock again. Let me remove auto. Yeah, the bulls somehow managed to take control of the stock again. If we can see that over here, they took control of it for about 30 minutes, and then the bears formed their strength to get the levels down to a maximum of, let me check. The low was 19,230. Now that is a big downfall by the bears, but then the bulls were able to counter that with a lot of responsive buying from the bottom part. So if I haven't explained it to you what is responsive and initiative buyers and sellers, responsive buyers or sellers are the people who buy or sell at the price where they want the price to be, which is mostly at a support or a resistance. Now, initiative buyers or sellers buy or sell at a point where you can say that the the market is going in their way that they want to. So, for example, we can say that the markets breached this resistance here, or you can say, let me look for a good thing. So you can take this line as a good example. So for now, let me maximize this one. All right. So here I have marked the line for this support. So below it will be the initiative sellers and responsive buyers. Why? Because and above it, as I will give you an example, will be responsive sellers and initiative buyers. So why will that be the case? Because we can take an example that this point there were responsive sellers which were then breached by the responsive buyers, giving a boost for giving a chance for the initiative buyers to take the price upwards. And that's exactly what they did. They took the price from this point onwards till a lot of responsive sellers came in their way and took the control of the market back in their hands. So that's what responsive buyers and sellers are, and initiative buyers and sellers are. So let me remove this line. Let me remove this. Okay. So next stock we will be looking at will be Bank Nifty. Index. Nice. Now in Bank Nifty, we can see that the example is, sorry, we go here. Change the symbol to, oh, sorry. Here I'll go to Bank Nifty. Nifty Bank. Yeah. Let me load it up. All right. Now we have Bank Nifty here. We can see that the markets, the first thing in our site will be two lines, out of which the lower line can be placed at 43,727 and the upper line can be placed over here, sorry, over here, which is 44,492. Triple force there. Now, above that, the next resistance can be placed here, above which will be the superior resistance, at which there will be a lot of selling if the market somehow reaches that portion. So let me color code them all. Now we can see that the markets have resistance levels which are at, has three resistance level which are major right now. The first one being at 44,492. The second one being at about, the second one can be placed as a little range. So let me place a range here. So here in, okay. So from this point down till this point. So we can take a range from 45,009 to 45,649. Now that is a very big range. So let us shorten this range only up till the close. So this can be placed as the range over here. Let me place two lines at either sides. So that will be the third one there. Next, the most superior one will be at 46,285, at which there will be a lot of selling. So these are the four major resistance levels for now. And there is only one support level, which I don't think will be broken that easily. But then also we will mark another line here at the bottom, which will be at 43,368. So these are the levels for Nifty Bank right now. Next levels will be determined tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, and so on. First, let me remove this. Now, let us look at a more better way to explain what has happened here. So the markets went downwards continuously, and then they formed a red colored doji here. Well, the color of the doji does not really matter, but still it formed a doji at the bottom, which was exactly in the middle part of the entire doji candle. I wouldn't say exactly, but in markets, you have to do a little bit of, you can say, estimation. So you can round off it and it will be nearby the half point, which after which a green candle was formed, which is the actual confirmation. Then the markets went back upwards and the bulls took control of the market only to touch 45,009 support. I wouldn't say touched, but they did almost touch it. So we can say that the markets went there and then actual selling came downwards. So the markets went up till here and then selling came, and so much that this was entire green once. But then the markets actually took the price down to 44,492, which can be marked as our second resistance for the market right now. And that is the exact point of its close. Okay, it's 4 points up above that. And then after that came another candle, which was, and then after that was a gap down because of this entire series of events. And then the market opened here, which is the latest candle in daily. Now, if we look at it in a shorter time frame, we can see that here, let me go settings. All right, now here, we can see that the markets actually made another resistance level at 44,334. So if you're buying very less quantities at intraday or very short time frame, then this green colored line may be a helpful level. So it is at 44,334, and then the rest of the levels are marked here. Now we will be looking at some stocks which are like good stocks according to me. So first is Pakka. So this stock is in BSE and NSE. I think one of them opened recently. In daily chart, you can see that this stock isn't really that old. It opened at 12 July. It was listed at 12 July 2023. And then the markets started going upwards, getting an up move of about 55%. So this is a great up move, especially looking at this candle, which alone was about 20%, almost 20%, 18.88%. This candle alone took all of that area. Now that is a boost to the markets, but here we can see that recently the markets have not been doing that well. And you can see that here, where this is an exact support below which the market does not want to go. Let me mark a line here. But then it can't go above 198. So now the markets are kind of just getting slower, and now they are stuck to the bottom line for a long time. I mean, for 1 day or 2 days, something. 25th of August. Okay, so now they were just stuck here for 1 day, that to the last part. So the markets have been stuck to the middle part of the stock. So the markets look like they are going downwards currently. We cannot say that until they actually give like a confirmed breakout or breakdown. So right now we can just wait for it to actually break this range. Next, we will be looking at uh, SRF. Actually, these stocks are like not that not the ones I would invest in right now. Now in SRF, you can see that the markets are creating some very clear levels, which the first one we can mark at 2,309, and the superior one can be marked, the superior one for now, which the markets may not be able to reach for now, can be marked at 2,332. Now, if we go to the downside, we can figure out some support levels, out of which one can be let me open two of them. Okay. Now here we can mark the bottom one. So all of these levels that I'm creating in these charts are going to be for intraday, and this one can be for long-term investing. So here you can see that these can be the levels for intraday investing, out of which the resistance we have only marked one resistance for now, because the markets actually were very volatile during the period above here. So we did not mark many above this, but below this we can see a lot of supports. So behind it, let me check if the market has reached that one. All right, now here we can actually mark bigger resistances, which can be used for a little longer term than what we are creating now. So now let me go on to here and create one support level. which will be at the very bottom, and then this one will be nearby. So these can be the resistance and support levels for a little longer term. I wouldn't say very long term because I am actually looking at 1 days, which cannot be used for very long term one. Next, I will be looking at Bharat Forge. So as you can see that Bharat Forge has been very bullish lately. So I think I had a trade until, let me check. Yes, I had a trade and then I squared it off over here. I bought, sorry, wrong button. Okay. So I bought a trade, sorry, I sold a trade here. And actually my trade was around here or something while the markets were going upwards. So I had a lot of profit, but I had very less quantity for that time. So that's why I didn't get a lot of profit, but it was satisfactory and it was just a dummy trade. My actual trade was in Tata Motors, which had a lot of quantity and a profit of about 55%. Next, we will be looking at ICICI Bank, in which I think I had more stocks. I think I have only 5, but I am in profit, like 700 or 800 profit. I don't really remember where I bought it. Oh, yeah, here, right at this point. I bought my trade right over here at this second blue one. Let me make a mark. So I trade in Dhan only. So I am using Dhan charts right now. So here I bought the trade and then the market started going upwards. Why? Well, the reason I bought the trade here was because obviously it is a very clear support here. Now we can see that the markets after this did a little touch on this 948 rupees and then went upwards. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching and bye. I'll see you next time.